Hi guys, what's on today's pattern? We are at pattern-collections.com. You will scroll down to pattern focus to find today's pattern, but this one's not posted yet, so because I get an advanced copy so that I can get ahead, because I have a lot of drawing to do and no time to do it. And so Nicole was very sweet and let me have the list ahead of time. This one is called Sue's Candy by Ina Sonamoser, and apparently it was a request for Sue Kale, so she called it Sue's Candy. Let's see. This was inspired by Sue Kale in our Facebook group, Tangle It Pattern Club. Quote, "Embrace your wonderful, unique style." So it basically is a candy cane. Absolutely a candy cane. You're going to draw this little shepherd's hook and then come out and around like that, and then connect that to that. I'm probably going to draw it all in one motion. Come up, around, up, and like that. And then here it is in a, of course, then you want to make your stripes and color in every other one. And of course, I'm going to draw this one in red pen because, you know, black just isn't going to do it. I think it might do the outside part in black and then do the stripes in red. But here it is in a pile of canes. That's awesome. And that is exactly how I think it's going to have to go. Just a pile of canes. Excuse me. Turn on my light. Don't glare you out. Do it very slowly. There we go. Zoom in just a tad, scooch over so I can reach. That's better. Okay, and I think I'm going to use my bigger pen. I want a nice kind of a almost cartoony outline to this. So I'm going to use my 03 instead of my 01. So this one happens to be a Stettler pen. You use whatever you have on hand. I'm going to put one right here. So I'm going to start here with a shepherd's hook, and I'm going to start like this. I'm going to come around, and mine is a weird shape. All right, that did not go as expected, but you know what? It's going to be one of those ones that's going to take a little practice. So let's practice that again. I'm going to come up and like that, and then I'm going to come over. Oh, that's better. That's the shape you want. And then just some curvy, stripey. Like so, and you just keep drawing them until you have as many as you want in your pile. And if I get enough of them, this one here that I did kind of goofy will kind of disappear and you won't notice it. And even my stripes are not consistent here. And that's okay because, you know, have you ever had hand-pulled candy cane from the candy store? The stripes can be inconsistent because they roll out the candy and they pull it and they tug it and they roll it and they stretch it and they create candy canes that are, you know, they're hand done. So sometimes they are a weird shape. And that's okay. You can have one that got a little malformed. But a lot of times the stripes are not even or equal because it's hand rolled. We have a candy cane shop, or a candy store in a city, a couple of cities over, that does hand-rolled candy canes right in their front window. It's quite the treat to go see it. That reminds me, it's something I would really like to do this Christmas season. I should look them up because they often have special events where they're going to do something special, or they're going to have a deal on their candy canes if you are there while they're rolling them. So I'm going to leave it just like this. I'm going to put some, maybe some little, let me use that other pattern, I think it's called Pepper, where you draw some little peppermints. Like that, and maybe one in here. Like that. I believe this is how it's drawn. If it's not, well, then I just made something up. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's drawn. You just kind of come out and make a little shape like that. Kind of like that. Okay. Oops, I missed one. Do I really need one there? No, I don't. Alrighty, zoom out a little bit. I'm going to erase that one because it doesn't need to be there. I'm going to color in with my red pen in my stripes. So how's your December going so far? Got some Christmas shopping done? I believe at this point I am finished with shopping. I try to get completely finished early because, yeah, you know what, I just thought of something I wanted to leave sparkle and I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this in solid, and then I'm going to come back with my white pen and put a little highlight. Yeah, Christmas shopping. I try to be done. You know, I work in retail. Nobody wants to be out there in that shopping craziness crowd. Some people just really enjoy shopping like that. My sister-in-law is one who just, and one of my nieces, all of them seem to like to go shopping, but one really is like her mom. She just loves to go out to the stores. I guess it's because I work in a store that I don't feel like I want to spend my free time in a store. I just don't. So, you know, I try to get as much of my Christmas shopping done early as possible. There are some people that I'm able to, you know, I know them well enough, and that I'm hoping that they're young enough that they're not purchasing things for themselves. Put it that way. I have a hard time buying things ahead of time for my son and my husband at this point because they tend to go out and buy stuff for themselves. Even though I bought the silly thing in the end of summer when it all went on sale, then they will go and do that too. So I've kind of had to stop doing that. We have had to have an agreement that once the, pretty much once Halloween has come, the end of October, you are not allowed to buy anything for yourself without checking with somebody first. Let's see, that would be there, that would be white, this one. And make sure that it's not something somebody might get you for Christmas. Stop buying for yourself. Now my son buys things for school, and that's fine. And he buys things for others, and that's fine too. You know, you can go shopping. Just don't buy anything for yourself. Because, you know, it's quite often that, you know, one of us will have a conversation and we'll say something that we don't even think, you know, it's like, oh, that would be nice to have, but, you know, or maybe you don't even know that there's a product or a service out there. You just are talking about a problem that you might be having, and your loved one decides that that is the perfect thing to get you for Christmas, is to solve that particular problem. You know, whether it's something that you own is broken and it's not working properly, so they want to get you a new one, or, you know, whatever it is. Like the one year when my husband bought me basically a subscription to the massage place. Now I get a massage once a month, or I can get a massage once a month. I usually go every six to 8 weeks. I don't really have time to go once a month, but that's okay because then they split up my my 1 hour. I can add a half hour. I can split one of the hours in half. So every 6 weeks I can do an hour and a half instead of every 4 weeks doing an hour, and that's better for me. But what I was saying is that, you know, that was a thing that I didn't even know I needed or wanted. but he saw a need. I think he got tired of me saying, oh, my shoulder hurts, could you rub my shoulder? Not that he didn't want to help me out and rub my shoulder and all of that, but I discovered, because I thought, gee, he doesn't even want to help me anymore. It made me sad that he didn't want to give me a massage. Well, that wasn't the thing. He was, turns out he's starting to get arthritis in his fingers, and it hurt for him to give me a massage, but he was still doing it anyway. And he didn't know how to tell me that it hurt for him to do that. So he gave me this gift, and it was really sweet. So now I go and I have somebody else do it. Some young girl who has lots of strong muscles and whose fingers are not starting to get arthritis, and it doesn't hurt her. I'm assuming it doesn't hurt her, or she wouldn't be doing this job. Yeah. Lovely little coloring. But like last year, my son and I decided to get my husband a new weather station. Not that my husband doesn't have a weather station, but he enjoys watching the local weather in our backyard. And the one we have is not, I mean, it works. The one we had, it works. It worked, but it was not able to easily connect to the internet. The new one has its own connection directly. It has an app he can use on his phone. He can check the weather from our yard right from his telephone. And he's very happy with that, but he didn't know he wanted it or needed it. But that's what we got him, and he was happy. But those kinds of things, sometimes, you know, if he had thought about it, if he'd seen an ad for this darned weather station, he probably would have bought it for himself. So that's the rule around here. No purchasing anything for yourself until Christmas is over. Between Halloween and Christmas, no matter when we're celebrating Christmas, sometimes, and this year is probably going to be one of those times, we will not be doing Christmas with the whole big fam until New Year's. Because most of the family's not coming down until the 26th. And then they're staying through New Year's Day. So my guess is that we will probably do Christmas with the family on New Year's Eve. Should be a fun day to do it, I think. All right. There's my little colored in bits. Now to do some shading and some highlighting. I'm definitely going to need to do highlighting because I didn't think about it until after I'd started, and then yeah, okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit around this to make these little peppermints into peppermints instead of little floating windmills. Do a little bit right around there. See? Immediately they start to look like peppermints. Perfect. And then I want to do the overlaps from the canes, one on the other. That's it. Like that, and like that, and like that. Like that, and like this. Oop, I didn't do this. It needs to have one there. And I didn't do this. Okay, now to make these have some shape, we need to decide where is the light, and I like to make the light coming from that side. So I'm going to make it darker over here, a little bit in here, along here, along this edge, maybe a little in here. What was that? Oh, that was an email or text from Joanne's telling me I have some sort of discount coming for this week. Like my Joanne's. Not that I go every week, but I do like being reminded that I do have some savings that I can use. Because even though I don't like to go shopping that often, when I do want a nice art supply, I check my coupons first. Okay, a little bit overlap, and then I think I want some drop shadow, and I'm trying to figure out where I want them. These have to go like this. This is touching here. This might be touching there. But then this can maybe... Will that work? Don't know if this is going to work or it's not going to work. I've never tried it. If it doesn't work, you know what? That's what an eraser's for. Kind of works. Not sure I got that quite right, but it's close. I think it needs to be more. Maybe more like that. That's better. that works. Okay, I think I'm done. Sign it. Oh no, I didn't put highlights yet. Okay, not quite finished. Sign it anyway. Sue's Candy. And I'm going to use this pen and get a little bit of highlights. Like that. I needed a little bit of a highlight, right? Just a little. There we go. Needed that just a tad of highlight. Little white pen. There we are. Sue's Candy. I'm getting in the mood for a peppermint. I hope you had a good day. I hope everything goes well for you today. I will see you tomorrow. Go out and do something nice for somebody today. Try to get your shopping done because, you know, nobody wants to be all rushing around at the end of the season. Really, you don't. Do other things. Spend time with your friends. You know, do some baking or something. Don't go running around the retail market. It just, ugh. Yeah, ugh. Don't be that person. Yeah. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.